Now we know Charlemagne and Joe Budden has had their beefs over the years, but we thought that they was patching up their differences and was about to be chums and pals. I thought that they was going to be friends. We know that when Angela Rye and them said their disrespectful and real elitist stuff about the Joe Budden's podcast, Charlemagne went on there and defended them. Well, after that, Joe Budden started speaking positive and highly of Charlemagne.
This is Charlamagne, hold it down.
Yes, sir.
I do want to shout out. Let me shout him out.
Shout him out.
Shout out Charlamagne. All right. Anyway, but Charlamagne used his voice to defend me and us
and the pod. Yeah, no, Charlamagne held it down.
And I appreciate that. Let me not even make a joke about it. I do appreciate Charlamagne doing that. He didn't have to do it, especially with his people. So I'm assuming that he really believes that and felt that way. So shout out to him.
So we thought that at some point these guys was finally coming together because we know that Charlamagne, he put Joe Buddens on his Mount Rushmore of podcasting, and he would have to because Joe Buddens was one of the originators of this when it first started.
Do shows, the Mount Rushmore of Black Podcasting is the Combat Jack Show, the Reed, Joe Budden, and I'm gonna say 85 South. That's my Mount Rushmore of Black Podcasting.
I have the same list. With the exception, I would swap out the Reed and insert Drink Champs.
I'm just not sure of the blackness. I know it's black there.
EFN is black enough.
But no, you're right. They're right. You're right. She right, though. She right. Drink Champ.
Yeah.
But the Reed, you gotta put the Reed there, too. But just as long as we had another space.
Just when you thought that these two guys, because remember, these two guys are titans in the podcast spaces. They're two of the biggest names for black men in the space. And they've been beefing for some time. But just when you thought everything was going to be cool with them, Charlamagne, he's now decided to go on Melyssa Ford's new podcast. Check this out.
November 11th, Tuesdays are getting hot and bothered. New episodes every Tuesday. The laughs, the lessons, the spice, the therapy you didn't budget for, that's all back. Save the date, Tuesday, November 11th.
Hello, it's me. Hello.
Charlamagne know that Melyssa Ford and Joe Buddens is having a beef right now. You know, she left the show. She has an axe to grind with Joe Buddens. And now he's deciding to go onto her podcast. Come on, man. He's trying to stick it to Joe Buddens, and he's trying to be smart. He knows exactly what he's doing because Charlamagne doesn't just go on anybody's podcast. Now, DJ Academics have been trying to get him to come on to his podcast for years and calling him, and he can't get him on the podcast. But for somehow you're gonna go on Melyssa Ford's podcast. What are y'all gonna talk about? You going on there for what? Why are you doing that? Right? No, like this dude is crazy, man. But Academics was upset when he heard about it. He said this.
See Charlamagne with the hater that he signed, but I can't get him on my podcast. I've been begging him for like a year. Whenever you free, bro. Whenever. I've been on Andrew's shows twice. Now I feel away. Act don't need none of y'all niggas. I'm about loyalty. Whoever's loyal to me, I'm loyal to y'all. Bro, some of these I can't even. I'm like, all right, bro, y'all got it, man. Y'all Hollywood. Y'all got it.
Now, Melyssa Ford, she hasn't had aired anything in like a month. But he's deciding to go on to Melyssa Ford. Now, to me, the way I see it, he's trying to like blow her up and empower her against Joe Buddens, right? He's going to go on there. He's going to help her do her thing because he still has an axe to grind with Joe Buddens. And I feel like he probably feel like Joe Buddens is part of his competition because remember, DJ Academics is one of the biggest, streamers in the world. You know, he has one of the biggest hip-hop streamers, and he can't get him to come on there, but you're going to go on to this Melyssa Ford's thing? Now, when you deal with Melyssa Ford, she's gearing up to take some legal action against the Joe Budden podcast behind the scenes. She had gave Joe Buddens an ultimatum. It was either her or Queen's Flip, because she felt like Queen's Flip was always antagonizing and disrespecting and harassing her, and Joe Buddens was doing nothing about it on the workplace. So she gave him an ultimatum. So, and in that ultimatum, you see, she ended up leaving. But she said this.
Melyssa Ford reportedly gave Joe an ultimatum. Flip leaves or I leave. Joe chose neither. She then allegedly pretended to be mentally unwell and worked her way out of her contract.
But that's what he told me, that she basically just, created something and just kind of got out of there, that she felt she wasn't protected. And that flip kind of literally flipped on her, that episode. That they didn't put it on the camera. They didn't put it on the camera or whatever. Or they didn't.
This makes sense. This makes sense because in a couple episodes ago, Flip said to Mona, he made a mistake in calling the last woman his sister.
Now, she was saying that dealing with the Joe Budden's podcast, it was messing with her mental health. This is what she said. It was messing with her mental health. I mean, Queen's Flip was bothering her so much, and she felt like every time she say certain things, she was being undermined while on the podcast. Nobody was taking her serious. Now, I remember when she said those disparaging things about Cameron and Mace, and Cameron really went berserk on it. Joe Budden's had her back. Joe Buddens was really about to go through something with Cameron because of what she said that was totally out of pocket. She used to say a whole bunch of stuff that would just bring the energy down on the show. I'm glad that she's out of there because to me, she wasn't a good fit. But she would constantly go up to HR, and HR told her that she should sue, right? She should sue. So now with that being said, I see Charlemagne playing her close because he's trying to get her to go after. He's going to try to coach her and get her to go after Joe Buddens.
Hey, Charlie, we get away with a lot of shit up here. Nigga. Nigga be locked up.
Yo, I wish y'all could have been there, but it was too much going on. Nigga, Mel, we said Mel.
Wait, tell me what happened, though.
No, because we might even talk about it before up here. But when we sent Mel to HR, to talk to him, Mel, before she went, oh my God, the culture, I don't know what's going on, and if you don't do something about those guys, right? We said, you know what, this is real.
Yo, fix your laptop, that shit about to fall.
We said, yo, this is real.
Oh, this serious? Yeah.
This is serious. Let's send Mel to HR. When Mel, and it was a woman, black woman, when she left HR, she was like, yeah, you know what, I think me and the guys can work it out. I think me and the guys can fix it ourselves.
You did say this before.
I love Mel. I absolutely love Mel. Mel is the greatest.
HR talked you off the ledge?
No, it wasn't
They came to
that.
understanding.
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that.
What happened? What was it?
It was her suggestions. I was like, you know what? On second thought, I'm gonna save them. I'm gonna save.
Oh, you saved us. Are you Mel?
I'm just not.
Melissa,
you didn't even have a conversation with the lady, so shut up. You don't even know.
But I was beat. Melissa, look at me. Saved us.
She wanted to go in a direction where I was like, you know what? Let me just reel this shit.
Mel, you know you would have been on the chopping block too, right? You know, and whatever you involved in is worse than anything that me or H could do.
So Melyssa used to have a lot of problems with not just Flip, but she also had a problem. Mark Lamont Hill, her and Mark Lamont Hill used to go back and forth too. And when she gave that ultimatum, she wanted out of her contract, and she said either her or Flip, but Joe said he's not going to choose neither. So she basically just skedaddled. She got up out of there, right? But there's a lot of things, like I said, that's bubbling behind the scenes. And a lot of people say that Joe Buddens could be in trouble. Joe Buddens don't give a damn. Joe Buddens making like $20 million a year. He's been getting that money for a long time. He's been in the game for a very, very long time. He's made a lot of money, right? So he's like, this is like the stuff that we dream of doing, Joe Buddens has done in this space, right? So when they was talking about contracts and how people were getting out of their contracts, we could see that they was talking about Melyssa Ford when he was talking like this.
I had a 1-year deal with an employer option for 12 or 14 years with BET. Wow. So we would always re-up, and it always worked out. But it meant every 6 months.
Negotiating time.
Yeah. So I was anxious, and that's annoying.
That's the stress, the anxiety, and then you be having to hustle to get more shit.
You gotta be your best behavior all the time.
Yeah, dog. Sometimes the one figure, sometimes you can make more money outside in the world, but
and you can always figure it out later too.
It's comfortability, dog.
You think that's because y'all men. That if I don't like you or to move wrong, I don't want to stay for long. So that's why we have to keep it short. So I know I still like you.
Yeah, I hear that too.
I don't want to be around it. I don't want to be around it.
Yeah, but y'all got other tricks y'all can pull to get out of contracts.
Don't we all?
No, we don't.
We don't have the same tricks?
No, not at all.
My brain!
I'm not playing with.
So when they was talking about my brain bleeding, they was making reference to in July 2018, former reality star and music video model Melyssa Ford was involved in a near fatal car crash while driving on Ventura Freeway in Los Angeles. According to reports, an 18-wheeler clipped the back of her Jeep's tire, sending her car into a tailspin. Ford sustained serious injuries, including a fractured skull, concussion, bleeding on the brain, and a 10-inch head wound that requires stitches and staples. She credits wearing her seatbelts for saving her life. Now, when you get into this, there's some alleged inappropriate text messages between Joe Buddens and Melyssa Ford. Now, this is all alleged, and we're hearing that the Joe Budden's girlfriend found this stuff and she shut this down. Now, what's hurting Joe Buddens is because she's saying like she didn't leave on good terms, and she's saying that these guys was causing issues to her mental health. So this is where they mocking her when they talking about the bleeding on the brain. But the girlfriend allegedly supposed to found some stuff that was inappropriate, and she shut it down.
It went through his phone. I was told that Sade went through his phone, found the information, and was like, and cut that down. And Melissa's made comments before where she said on the pod that she don't really care about girlfriends. She only cares about wives. So it's possible that Melyssa may have thought that Sade wasn't a staple, in his life, that they worked together.
I just feel like that rumor is so crazy to me, because why would Sade let Melyssa stay around for that long?
Well, notice this. There was a post that Sade had on Twitter, and she said, she had said, I have to pull the Twitter, but she said something right when we thought that Melyssa was leaving and Melyssa never came back. Right after the drama, she was like, I told you were going to lose your job, or something like that. I'm paraphrasing, but she posted something on Twitter, basically insinuating she's not coming back, but nobody caught that.
There's a lot of snakes in the game, because when Charlamagne and Queen's Flip sat down and was talking, he was basically saying that he didn't have no smoke, he didn't have no beef, he didn't have any beef with Joe Buddens, right? So for him to pull this and go over there with Melyssa Ford now, knowing that they're beefing, like these guys are shady. But when they sat down, they said this.
Taking a lot of pictures. They're taking a lot of pictures, and we gotta give credit to my man for having a great vision, because he brought all of us together, and it's working.
Listen,
and it's working.
I'm not a hater. I watch the show. When my name come up, niggas get tight. I don't do that. I still give everybody props. I give everybody credit. Salute to him and everything that he's built. The only thing I've ever said over time, historically, was the spaces he was in weren't for him. He's found his own space. He's found his own lane. He's got success from it. I salute that. But keep that in mind. When my name come up in that room, niggas be, f that nigga. This nigga don't matter and all that.
I never did that.
Not you.
Okay.
But your man.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I know.
But
you
listen,
know.
I met you in person, and
yes,
I think you're Shati.
Sure.
Yeah, I think you're honorable.
I appreciate you, man.
Honorable, but hopefully, this is not an act. Hopefully, I don't hear about it and I get fooled. I'm gonna be hurt. I'm gonna be sad.
I've been around too long to be acting, Flip.
Yeah, but there's something about you. I gotta get to the bottom. You're a smooth guy. and you smell like the Garden of Eden.
This is an argument and a battle amongst rich dudes, man. Rich podcasters, man. Listen, black men can't stick together and get along to save their lives, man, if their lives depended on it, unfortunately. But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think about this. What's your opinion on this? Do you think that Charlamagne is trying to snake Joe Buddens by working to empower Melyssa Ford, right? Where there's other people who was waiting in line to get with Charlamagne, and he went over them to run over to Melyssa Ford. Does he have an ulterior motive as to why he's running over there to Melyssa Ford? And could it be to work against Joe Buddens? Y'all let me know what y'all think. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think. Remember, I love y'all. Until next time. Peace.